Hello, welcome to my channel. This is a haven where I discuss a multitude of different topics my puny little tiny pea brain can come up with. No, I'm just kidding. Just so many different stuff. A plethora of just so much. So many amazing cool stuff that's just so cool that like you wouldn't even believe it. It's so crazy. That's why you have to subscribe. Oh, I'm just kidding. So I want to first off shout out Lofi hippopotamus. I want to shout out Lofi Hip Hop Radio, beats to relax and study to. I'm going to link them down below here again because I wanted to touch base with you guys about some stuff. One of those things being like the main reason why I'm here, which I stated in my first video, is to learn new things, to push myself to study new topics, and from there, like push myself to learn about it enough to report back on it, which means I have to, it's like writing a paper, right? You have to really learn inside and out a bunch of different things to figure out how it pertains to you and what and your views. If those views change at that point, how it pertains to your life, like what it connects to in other elements of your life, and then report back, right? So actually I missed a step because the first one would be actually researching in the first place. So that's what I want to do with this channel. And like Manual Mania, and he kind of like touched on a topic called dark frequency. Not dark frequency, but dark frequency, Frequenz. And I haven't heard of that before, but I'm going to look into it. And first of all, I want to shout out to him. And this looks like it's a little bit because like we can learn about this stuff together, you know. If you don't have the time to research and there's something you would like to know more about, I'm your girl right here. Let me know, and I will look the stuff up and, you know, do a video on it, research it, do a video on it. I think that would be cool. So I could pick like different topics that you guys suggest and do videos on those with actual editing and not just me sitting here talking the whole time. But for right now, I hope you don't mind. No, I'm just kidding. But, and I'll fix my squeaky chair, but I wanted to jump on here and just wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving, a happy harvest, and all of that. I do know that there's a lot of people who reject this holiday, and that's perfectly fine, so I would like to wish you a happy autumn in that sense. I think that, I think it really sucks that a lot, and I didn't want to get on this topic per se, but like, I think it sucks that like, a lot of stuff is politicized, because then at what point do we take responsibility and say that just because this isn't my fault, just because these people should do better, like just because they shouldn't do that doesn't mean that like I should just give up and not try to get through to people, right? Like, because everyone's just human, and I think we could do good to show a little bit more compassion towards people and realize that like everyone's human, like, and just like there's certain talking points on either side that like when people start about it, then the other side is going to be like, man, I don't want to hear it because this is going to be something completely, you know, that's like they conflate it with something completely different or straw man it into something completely different. And yeah, that's their own fault, but at the same time, like, we really should pay attention to what's politicized and make sure that we just let people know, I think, that, hey, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not jumping on this bandwagon, but I am saying that, like, yeah, we were lied to about a lot, and, like, I understand that, you know what I mean? Like, so, and I also think that being said, politicization, that not every group that stands against something is good for that cause. Like, jump for this. Not everything is what they say it is. So I think that that's important, because just because somebody says, I don't agree with this organization, doesn't mean that they don't agree with what that organization claims to be against or for. they could totally agree with that. Like, I could totally agree and say, I agree with everything that you say. But I think that you're politicizing this, and I think you're using it to make money, and I think that that's disgusting. So, I mean, I think that we have to just be careful how we judge people. And that's another reason why I made this channel. And I'm sorry to be so off topic, and I don't mean to be like negative or anything like that. I'm just saying that I understand people's views. Everyone's human, and they have the right to believe what they believe, you know, as long as that's not like harming anybody. And a lot of people have very good reasons for what they believe. You know, there are people who have been victimized terribly, who are, I mean, horrible, like have so much trauma, who are like very pro Second Amendment, pro gun. And then there are people who have lived through horrible atrocities, horrible trauma, who are anti-gun because of that. And it's like, when we sit here and we say that either one is stupid and is evil or is just fanatical, or it's like you're also talking about those people too. And like, I've had to catch myself with regard to that, because it's like there's people out there who have been through terrible stuff who believe both sides, right? Either side, who see those comments and it hurts them, right? Because they feel like, well, what about me? What about what I went through? You guys don't understand how badly that, you know, how badly that affected my life. You guys don't care. And like, that's shitty, man. That's not compassionate. That's really messed up. Like, so to sit there and say that anyone that is pro-gun is horrible and fanatical and stupid and whatever, like, I'm not for that. And to sit there and say the same thing about, oh, they're stupid, and, you know, people that want gun control are stupid and they're ignorant and they're whatever, you know, like, I'm not for either of that. Like, everyone has reasons, valid reasons for their beliefs. Everyone has been hurt and has pain that's valid. And like, I'm just not for that, like, name calling. Like, we can both come to a conclusion without that. And I don't, this channel is not a political channel. And you can probably see why, because like, I can sit here all day long and see both sides to everything, and like, welcome to my life. I'm not a, people can say like centrist, like, I'm not a centrist. It's not easy. It's not easy always like overanalyzing everything and like trying to play mediator and trying to hear people for the, like, trying to find the truth, not just what aligns with me and makes me feel good, but like the real truth. And like, in finding that, you have to connect with people, you have to hear all of their sides, you have to get every single side. And like, you can't do that if you're like, you're stupid, you're an idiot. Like, you're not going to get that person's side if you do that. So I'm just saying, like, and I'm not saying that, like, I'm guilty of that. I've been like that before and been like, people who think like this are so stupid, like, God. And I catch myself sometimes like, you must be an idiot if you think that. Like, you know, online it's so easy to say stuff like that. And it's like, I've catch myself almost typing it still. And, you know, like stuff like, well, blah, blah, like, you know, just be rude about it. Not actually say you're an idiot, but like, be rude about it. And it's very easy to slip into that. I even did that recently with somebody who was like very anti-philosophy and like saying that philosophy, and I was just like, saying all philosophy is bad is like saying all science is bad, you know. And I wanted to be like, duh, you know, because it's like, that's a huge subject that covers like everything. Like, there's philosophies for every single thing on the world, in the world. So it's like, but I got a lot further from just taking a moment to breathe and then like realizing that, you know, I don't understand where this person's coming from, and like try to understand where they're coming from. And like, I actually did, and like, we had a really good conversation, and like, I'm proud of myself for that. Yeah, like toot my own horn or whatever. How embarrassing. But that's not what I meant this video to be about. But it's just an example that I felt really good about that. Like, I really honestly, like, I felt good because I caught myself. Like, I almost was rude. And I was like, man, don't be. Like, just suggest some stuff that you think they might like to read, and figure out what they think that you might learn from them. And, you know, it turns out their point of view is that a lot of information is controlled, and I think that that's a pretty valid point. So, you know, now to me, that's skepticism, and which is a philosophy, ironically enough, or not even ironically, but funnily enough, that is a philosophy. So, or coincidentally enough, I guess would be the right word. It's coincidental that skepticism is a philosophy, and this person was, you know, criticizing philosophy, and taking a skeptical viewpoint. And the problem that I see with skepticism, though, is that there's a healthy level of skepticism, but if you're skeptical, if you're too skeptical of everything, then you don't get anywhere, you know? Like, sorry. If you're too skeptical of everything, you don't get anywhere. And, you make no progress scientifically, philosophically, in conversation, theoretically, hypothetically, whatever. You make no progress because you're like, well, we can't trust anything, so what's the point? Like, that's like nihilistic, right? So I think there is a healthy level of skepticism, but at the same time, we have to be careful and not fall into that trap. And I've always thought that, but one person who really like parroted that for me was Jay Dyer, and he goes like into a lot more detail on like philosophy and why skepticism and nihilism are bad. Like, he goes into way more detail than, like, I learned so much from his channel, and like, we don't agree on everything, but like, I have learned a lot from his channel. And I love how he has the debates and stuff, and like, he has debates on his channel, and I really enjoy that. So anyway, I've been talking for a solid 20 minutes. I'm gonna go. I have to go see my pawpaw. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate that. If not, happy harvest. It's about to be winter, so let's be thankful to the gods, to God, to the Mother Earth, to your ancestors, to whatever you worship. Be thankful for the summer and the autumn that we had. And as we move forward into this winter, we're going to need all the protection and love that we can get from each other, from nature, from God or gods, whatever you believe, to keep us safe this winter until we spring forward into a new year. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.